Hello, YouTube. It is Dr. Lisa. Launch Your Income. I am back. I have come back and we're going to talk about all things going live on YouTube and my experience over the last, I'm going to say 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks. We're almost hitting 4 weeks of doing this. I need to go back and look at the exact date that I started and see. Let me see if I can find that information because this has been an interesting process. And so as you come in, let me know in the comments where you're from. We'll get to chatting, but also make sure you like the live and subscribe as well. I appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much. Let me know where you're from, and we'll get to talking about going live on YouTube. So I appreciate you. You know what? I was actually about to scroll down and look through when did I do my first one in terms of going live here, because it says 3 weeks ago. How you doing, Optimies? How you doing, friend from Florida? How are you? Hello, neighbor. I'm in Orlando. uh, let me see if I can see the exact date here. I'm going to see if it shows the exact date. When did I start going live on here? It says 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, April 8th. That was my first day of co-streaming. And so how you all doing? As you come in, let me know. Make sure you like the live for me. Make sure you like it, as well as comment where you're from. And we're going to get to chatting. I appreciate you all. You hearted the live. Thank you so much. You know what? Heart the live, but also I think it's that little thumbs up finger. Like that's the like thing for over here. I'm on the studio part, so I'm not doing it from my phone. When I thought about doing it from my phone, it was taking me too much time to have to add my title and my description and stuff. So I said, I'll wait this time. I won't do it this time, but I'll do it from my phone next time. But thank you so much for being here. Make sure you like the live, heart the live, comments. And so what I did, I took some notes here because I know this is my first time where I'm not co-streaming. I'm actually going live straight from YouTube. And I'm going to talk about my experience. And the reality of this is, and I said it today in my live earlier, is that I see YouTube as a unique opportunity to make sure you are being intentional about building over here, because it offers you the opportunity to have what's called evergreen content. And so as you're thinking about being in this digital marketing space, and this is where, this is the future, whether it's actually the now, but it is the future as well, because they're making this work so much easier for you to step in and get started and hit the ground running. Okay. So I was a little late, even in the sense of almost 30 days late when you really think about it. Because what I'm doing when you think about a co-streaming perspective, what I'm doing now, I could have done early March and I would have been a little bit further along. So I'm going to break down some of the things that you need to be aware of when you think about coming in this space on YouTube, and things you want to start activating now. Start the process of getting your page primed and ready to go, and so that you can hit the ground running. But a lot of it is going to be based on you just taking action. So same kind of conversation I have with TikTok, but it's almost like, you know what, over here, there's a little bit more intentionality because it's a long game. It's a marathon. TikTok, if you start doing the work, start going live, you can monetize quickly. People start gifting you and connecting with you and coming to your channel, to your live stream and supporting you. You can monetize within, TikTok pays out every Wednesday. So you can get a paycheck, whether it's a few dollars or several $100s. You can get that within weeks of going live. However, on YouTube, you got to be intentional. You got to plan and prepare for what does this experience look like and how do you build. So a couple things I want to share early on, and I'll give kind of my my process, recognizing that it's messy. I say do it messy, do it scared, but it's not the cleanest way. And there's people who have multiple tips and strategies out here on YouTube, because YouTube, I told you, is the search engine. So you can search and find different YouTubers who are out here doing it very well and doing very well at going live. But if you are intentional about your process, then you could see the growth in a matter of months. It's going to take some consistency, takes the engagement, but you can see it in a matter of months. So I want you to be intentional about doing that. So a couple things I want to share. I wonder if it's going to let me post while I'm here. I guess not. I was going to see if I can put a post out there, but I probably won't mess with it. So a couple things I want to say with YouTube. First thing you need to know to even go live is to have 50 subscribers. So we'll start there. You know what? Let me actually go back a step before we talk about 50 subscribers, because I think it's important to recognize even before you get subscribers. How you doing? Yes, Michelle. Yes, Michelle is my moderator. She is the moderator of extraordinaire, where she has come in and she's helping me all things YouTube. This is her playground. This is where she hangs out. So definitely connect with her if you haven't already. And you just made me think of my commercials. I probably should do both commercials. So yes, Michelle Crochets, you can go to her. Listen, but I can't chat long. That's fine. I appreciate you, friend. I'm only going to be on here 20 more minutes also, because I have to do some things for my husband, because he said we got to do a business call. So yeah, I gotta get off in a little bit. But one thing I want you to do is go to connect with Yes Michelle Crochets, go to her short, comment, go to her page first of all, comment, and then like, and then subscribe. You always subscribe to someone's channel last, because YouTube is very particular about what they call watch time, the watch hours. So you're collecting watch hours based on people coming to your channel and viewing it. And they will not let a person subscribe. They're kind of finicky about it. They won't allow that subscription to go through if the person hasn't fully engaged, okay, or hasn't engaged, or hasn't watched anything. So you got to watch something, and then you should click subscribe last. So that's the first thing you need to know about YouTube. Be very particular about how you engage with people's content. You're watching it, you are commenting, you are liking, and you're subscribing. And in turn, YouTube will push that out to more people. Watch hours only count if they are a subscribed person for your channel. Yes, that's important to know. So if you're just looking and you haven't subscribed here, the watch hours don't count here. But if you are a subscriber, then it counts. So you want to make sure that you are actively watching people's content too. And then if I hear you correctly, Michelle, you're saying they need to click subscribe first. Or you're saying essentially they need to watch, comment, like, and then subscribe, and then watch again. Is that what you're saying? Is that, I mean, that's essentially what you're saying. Like, for it to really count, they need to watch, but they need to be subscribed first. So they watch one thing and maybe watch something else. I'll put that on my note of questions just to make sure I get clarity on that. The other thing, oh no, I clicked yours already shines. No, just that's totally fine. You're watching now. So we'll see. I think it'll work. Let's see if I can see it on this end. But in the future, possibly it possibly did work. I can't tell right now. If you put a comment on my page, Altamise, I can subscribe back to you, because I don't see you on my list when I look at it, but that may be just me looking at it really quickly. You said for the subscription to stick, it doesn't matter that they do need to watch it, and they'll pull it back. They'll give you a provisional subscription for watch hours to count. It must be a subscribed watcher. Gotcha. So essentially, she's saying that by you clicking subscribe first, but you're still watching this live, you're watching a video, whatever it is, it will count. Altamise. Yeah, do not unsubscribe. She said, don't unsubscribe. that you don't want to do. I love you said, don't unsubscribe. But yeah, so with that being said, you come into the live, you liking the live, you're here now, you subscribed. I think it'll count. And my numbers have increased. It's funny. And my okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. I appreciate you being here. And let me say this: if you get a minute to go to Yes Michelle Crochets or in my channel, and just put a little comment in one of the shorts, we get a notification for that, and we can go to your page and then subscribe to your channel. I'm gonna go back and look at some of these videos since I've been doing the web camera, and see if I can see some of the chat room. How you doing, Seasoned? How you doing? Greetings, friend. Look at this. Just gonna make sure you hit the bell button. Okay, yeah, the bell button. That's true. Yep. Yeah, to make sure you get notifications. That's awesome. Yep. Thank you so much for being here. So a couple things I was going to talk about. So I talked about before I was going to talk about 50 subscribers, I was going to talk about really briefly setting up your channel, because you want to set up your channel. There's some back-end features that you want to pay attention to. So what I will tell you, thank you so much for going to one of my shorts and putting greetings. I see it. It popped up over here. What you want to do, though, is make sure your page, your channel, is optimized. So when you think about the whole TikTok analogy, I talked about it earlier in my live where I say your profile should be optimized by having a bio in it, by having a nickname and a username. When you think about YouTube, YouTube is similar in the sense that you got to make sure your channel is optimized by having keywords. So there's a settings button that you want to make sure there's keywords for what type of channel you're going to offer. I'm not going to get in the weeds because there's some things you want to pay attention to that page. And a lot of it is from me watching other videos, also watching UBC. There's some content there. And then Michelle and I, we've talked about it a little bit too. So just making sure that you pay attention to your channel, the settings. So go and make sure you look at the channel settings and make sure you use keywords that are relevant to your channel, things that you're going to talk about. I heard this tip, and I'm going to say it here for you all. Somebody gave the tip that if you have other channels that are really popular, you might even want to have that as a keyword because that will help populate in your feed too. I don't know if I necessarily know all the details behind that, but I think that's a good idea. Just thinking about words you put there matter. And again, I said YouTube is a search engine. So it's a little different. Yes, she said yes. See? It's a little different from other social media because, again, it's based on what people are searching for. So it literally is about the SEO. That's what it's about, search engine optimization. So as you're thinking about what people will search for, think about what people will search for relating to your channel. Okay. And so if they're searching for some big creators that are out here, big channels that are doing different things, and your topics and the things you're talking about is similar, then you might want to put those words in those keywords there. Because as they're searching, your stuff may pop up as you're producing more and more content. Okay. So that made sense to me in that logical way of thinking about search engine optimization and how people will be searching for certain keywords or topics or individuals, how you can make sure that you're leveraging that type of way of operating. Ask AI for SEO descriptions for your channel. That's it. Yep. For YouTube. That's exactly it. Come up with your title and ask it for the SEO. Exactly. And then when you think about using that SEO, what it comes up with, search it on YouTube, see what pops up. Okay. And then in that process, you'll see maybe some creators, some high influencers that pop up. And then those are the people you might want to add to your keywords. Okay. So just thinking about that. So I wanted to make sure I said that from essentially how you create your page Because you're thinking about your channel itself. Sorry if you said that I am no, that's totally fine. No, we're on the same page. We're vibing. I appreciate it. Yes. So you are affirming what I was thinking. Like, okay. So yes, so you could definitely do that. The other thing I tell people when it comes to getting 50 subscribers, it is not simple. Okay, it's not like TikTok where you go and you follow some people and they follow you back and you like some people's things and they like you back and you hit follow and they hit follow. No, it doesn't work that way over here on YouTube. So YouTube is, like I said, it's the long game. You are working towards two metrics. Okay, two metrics: subscribers and watch hours. Those are the two things that matter for the most part over here. And so when it comes to subscribers, there's a couple of different thresholds that happen. So you get live access at 50 subscribers. 50 subscribers means that somebody actually hit the subscribe button. But in order to be able to do that, they have to be logged in under their Google account. So Google owns YouTube. So they have to be logged in on their Google account. And because they hit subscribed, that's now the page, the channel that will hold that subscription. And essentially, most people, when they come to YouTube, not everyone is logged in, first of all. Connect channels in your niche. Okay, go to their lives and engage. They will that's a good tip. I actually came across that one today too. They will get to know you. Ask them to mentor you. That's a good one. Yeah. So if your niche is very specific, I like that one. They will likely shout you out. Yeah, I like that. So obviously, Michelle is under the crocheting, the crafting niche. So she knows a lot of big creators there. And so she's made some good connections there. So if your topic is specific to a certain niche, you obviously could do that. You want to make sure you're reaching out to those channels. And the channels may not be the mega channels. Obviously, the mega channels might be a little challenging to get them to focus on a smaller up and coming channel. But you might want to pick a channel that already has gone through getting 1,000 subscribers. Maybe they're in between 1,000 and 5,000. Okay, so because that's still on the smaller side. They may be feeling themselves a little bit, but they're still on the smaller side. But with that being said, you could yes, look for smaller and mid tier. Yep. And so they can help you and support you with growing as well. Yep. And you guys can work together. So that could be another one. The 50 subscribers, though, is something where you want to be intentional in trying to hit that milestone. So a lot of times people make recommendations, look for new ones and grow with them too. That's a good one. I like that one. Yeah, grow together, especially within your niche. Here's the rationale for the niche. The niche is because because again, I told you YouTube is based on watch hours, people subscribing and watching. So if you have people, the way the algorithm goes is that YouTube will send your content out to your subscribers first before it goes out to other people. It goes out to your subscribers. And if your subscribers are not engaging in your content, it does not get pushed out and recommended as much. Okay? So you want to keep that in mind. You want subscribers that are in your niche because ideally your content will matter to them. They want to see it. They're going to see what you're talking about. Okay? So you want to get people who will ideally support your channel. Okay? Because they're interested in that topic. It's kind of what I said on TikTok today. Like you want people to engage in your content. So you want to be intentional about making sure you go to home screen, searching for that content, searching for those lives, making sure that people who are interested in your topic, because ideally you know your target audience and you know their pain points and you know the things that they're most passionate and interested in, and then they're going to come to your live session and engage back and comment and do all the things they need to do. So similar concept with making sure you're focused on people who are interested in your niche first. So again, that's why the suggestion to go search on AI, ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini, wherever, go search there for your SEO terms, those keywords in your niche, and then use those keywords to come here and search and see who's posting, who's doing that type of content, who are the creators, the live stream hosts, creators in general that are doing the type of work in that niche. Okay. If you want to connect with new people to subscribe to your channel, click check out. I can't do it here, but it's Tuber Chat. Okay, that's interesting. YouTube at Tuber Chat. I like that. I can't click right now, so I'll get it later. I have a member and they have helped me out. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Okay, and those are new people to subscribe to your channel. Those are new. Michelle, I will send you to the link. Thank you so much, friend. Are those new people? And again, I haven't seen that particular link before, guys. So are those new people within a certain niche, or those are a broad spectrum of niche ideas and topics? I'm assuming it's a broad group. So let me know if that's what you mean by it. But the other thing I will tell you, as you are looking for your subscribers to go live, you want to go live. And so they have their own channels. Okay. Yes, they are not niche specific. Okay, perfect. Okay. So if you are going to go live, there's a couple things that I'm learning. There is a difference between live vertical. Vertical meaning, like if I was to think about my phone's here. And if I was to go on my phone, that's vertical. Right now I'm horizontal because I'm on my laptop. And there's Michelle has taught me this, and I've heard a couple other channels talk about this too, that there is something about how YouTube will push out your content, your live stream more when you're vertical. Well, that also brings in people who may not be interested in your topic, more trolls, more people who are not necessarily supportive. And so just keep that in mind. I've seen kind of the pros and cons of doing that. Because I'm still trying to grow as a channel, I'm a little bit more intrigued with taking that smaller risk of having people in here that are going to see and get more exposure. But I'm going to be more calculated too about it. So I have to think that through. Well, I talked about getting a tablet because I'm on my phone a lot. And so there's some things I'm actually going to work on trying to get this upcoming weekend. Michelle, you're saying that particular Tuber chat group. Oh, I like that. So you said they understand the importance of subscribing and watching your playlist. I love that. Okay. So these people are a little bit more supportive in general. Horizontal is algorithm specific and based on subscribers. Vertical is everyone, anyone and everyone. Interesting. Okay. Yes. Okay. That's it. So that's a good tip. That's a good tip, guys. So if you want any and everyone in your room, then that's what you get. If you want subscribers, then you want to be horizontal. Now, again, if you are in a growth season and you're trying to grow, you want to balance, obviously, the any and everyone. But again, it may be based on your topic. And so because my topic is for new live hosts, and I'm talking about live streaming, I'm talking about branding yourself, I'm talking about monetizing, all those things, that could bring in a broader group of people. But again, if you are, I'll use Michelle in particular, if you're talking about crafting, crocheting, all the things that come with getting the best products and materials and sales, then her niche and subscriber group would be a little bit more specific. So if you can handle highway versus your own block, you said the highway or just staying right in your street, right in your lane. I get that. That's true. Yeah. If you don't like highway driving and all the people coming and looking and lurking, it's a difference. It's definitely a difference. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, friends, couple more things I'm going to share. And what I'll do, Michelle and I, we talked about this. I probably need to do this a little bit more frequently, go live and just do YouTube specific. So I probably will. I'm only going to do this for 30 minutes. So I'm going to be on for a few more minutes. But with that being said, I will come back I'll find another time next week and try to do this again where I'm going YouTube specific and not doing the whole co-streaming. Co-streaming, I'm doing more TikTok specific content, and I'm sharing tips and strategies over there on here so I can add it as a playlist. But again, the goal is to grow this channel. So that is ultimately what I'm trying to do. You said it's a different breed of trolls on this end. You get a different kind. You're right. You're right. It is a different breed of trolls. Yeah. Then yes, I would agree with that. A couple more things. Let me know if you all have questions. Make sure if you have not already done so, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you all joining. Like I said, I'm only going to do this for a few more minutes. But with that, what I tell people, and I shared this earlier, is that YouTube is a long game. So when you come over here, my channel's kind of messy. I just started using some more unique, tailored titles. So my titles have gotten a little bit more improved. I've also tried to work on my descriptions, my hashtag within the description, my call to action, the different things that matter for your channel and when you're posting content. So those are some of the things you want to pay attention to. I have not worked on my thumbnails. That's something you want to do because that allows people to stop. That's kind of your marketing signage. And so people see it and they're like, okay, let me click. I like what I see, whether it's the visual, the catchy hook, whatever you put on that thumbnail matters. So I'm going to work on that. I just haven't had the time to kind of sit down and just kind of think through my my approach there. Out to me, she said, learn so much already. I want my channel under a different name. You can change your name. You can go to your channel or you can add another channel. If you have 2 different Google accounts, you can add another account and add another channel. So that's totally fine. Or you can go into your settings. There's a page under where you customize your page. You can set it up. You got to have YouTube Studio to really do all the major customization to your channel, especially when it comes to setting up those keywords for your channel. That's the channel keywords, not the description keywords. Those are 2 different keywords. But yeah, you can definitely change your name. So my channel was Launch Your Income, and I added the Dr. Lisa so I can be consistent with TikTok. And then I added it for Instagram as well. And so I'm still in some of the branding transition I need to make to my channel. I need to change my banner. I need to add thumbnails. There's some things I need to do. Like I said, I'm still kind of sloppy. So I don't say necessarily do it like me. I'm not doing it the way experts would advise you to, but I'm doing it. So that's the main thing. You got to do something. And so you're going to sit back and try to search for or strive for perfection. And at the end of the day, you may have the time and capacity to do that, or you may have the time to just start, get going, and then ultimately, do what you need to do so that you can be successful. Okay. All right, friends, I'm actually going to stop there. I'll take some more notes and I'll make a plan to come back. And probably one day early next week, maybe I'll think about it. Maybe this Tuesday might be my time to do this. And obviously I have a call. My husband and I, we're going to need to make a business call for something. And so I have to get off early. But I think this might be a good way of coming and just sharing my journey. And then this content, depending on how I do it, I could make clips of this and make this, long form content too. So I'm just trying to think about my strategy here on YouTube, but I want to make sure I'm being intentional about talking to you all and supporting you. And if I can be any support in that process, I'm here for you. And yes, Michelle as well. Yes, Michelle Crochets. Connect with her. She can also be a support for you as well. With getting your channel up and running and just thinking about, the things you don't know. We don't know it all. So at the end of the day, if you have some type of support and guidance along the way, that's just going to be, helping you out in the long run. It definitely will be a help. Thank you so much. Have a good night. I appreciate you. I'm going to do my little hand heart from TikTok. All right. Thank you so much, Michelle. I appreciate you. And so if you guys go to my shorts, any of my shorts and Michelle's shorts, and leave a comment over there, and we will do the same for your shorts. Comment, like, and subscribe. if we're not already subscribed to you. All right, friends. All right. Take care. Appreciate you. Bye-bye.